Good evening, my friends. Today I want to share from 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 26. And yeah, I was reading this story again, and I don't know, I just have to talk about it because it's ate up. You know what I mean? And I think it's just a picture of of what I mean. I think that we can look at this little snippet of a story right here and know what to expect when God's wrath is poured out. Like this is, I don't think people really understand like what it's going to look like when God's wrath is poured out on all of us. There is, it's going to be just a depravity of humankind where people are just like completely sold to sin and blind, and their hearts are so hard, and there's going to be starvation and plagues and violence, and it's just going to be nonstop. But here's just a snippet. 2 Kings 6:26 says, "And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord doesn't help you, how can I help you? Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, What ails you? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give your son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give your son, that we may eat him. And she has hid her son." So there you have it. This story. I mean, it's messed up, man, because it's really sad. First of all, it's sad because they eat this child. And what's even crazier was that they did it, and the woman was like, "Okay, I'm going to cook my son first, but then you cook your son tomorrow." And then they did, and then when they cooked the other son or child, cooked the one son, then the other woman went and hid her son. And it's just wild to me. And I wondered, I was like, well, was she fully intent on doing it? And then after she witnessed what happened with this other child, did she just think, oh my gosh, I can't possibly do that? I don't even want to think about it. I'm just like exhausted trying to figure out what happened in this scenario. But it's terrible. I mean, but that's how it's going to be. It's going to be like this. It says that, when God's wrath is poured out, women, the most frail, gentle woman who like the woman, like the princess who couldn't even sleep because there was a pea under her mattress, like that frail and gentle of a woman is going to do things like this, like murder and eat her own child because of the starvation, because of the depravity of the mind, because they just don't care. So this is what is coming. This is what we must fear. It says the days of the Lord are darkness and not light. And things are getting bad in our nation. um, and just with like the whole transgender thing and the racism and all these things. But I feel like the enemy is really like it's getting fluffed up. It's made out to be worse than it really is. And I think the media, you can't watch anything because it's just making us angry, right? Stirring us up. You got to be careful what you pay attention to, because we're not. I think that we're not as close to the end as this, right? But we could be here in no time. All it's gonna take is loss of electricity or something crazy. So I mean, we gotta know Jesus. He's our only hope, right? There's not much keeping us from being in this position, honestly. In the blink of an eye, we could be witnessing women and doing the same things as these women did, but it won't be anything new under the sun. So I don't know where to go with this devotion today. I wanted to encourage us to be grateful that we're not here, but to also not be foolish enough to think that we could never be there.